You didn't hear me this morning. See, if it's hard to give money because we all broke. But it's even harder to give up something that you're doing that God is not pleased with. Now that's the real test. So you can be in the house of salvation and yet not saved. Being in the right house is fine. But being the right person in the house, doing the right thing in and for the house. So that the master didn't say, just deny yourself. That's the first step. My God, what else is there? You remember that man that came to Jesus? And he said, Lord, how can I attain the kingdom of heaven? He said, well, follow the law of Moses. He said, well, I'm already doing that. He said, fine. He said, I tell you what, go on home, take all that you have, give it away to the poor, pick up your cross and come follow me. Man looked at Jesus and said, well, I'll stick to the law and I'll follow Moses, but I ain't bothering with you. You demanding too much. Now, whether we know it or not, we follow a demanding God. And if you are not willing to make a demand on yourself to be better than what you are or what we are, then you're in the right place. But it's like the word is going over our head. You know how people are when they're close to a fountain and the fountain is going up like so? They can be standing right up under it, but the water never hits them. If any man, he said, would be my disciple, he must first deny himself and then what? Pick up your cross. Not mine, because you got one. And when you stand up for God in a world like this, your mother may say, not what's right with you, what's wrong with you, baby? What happened to you? You trying to be right. We used to smoke reefer together. Oh, I know that don't happen in here. I'm sorry if your toe got in the way. See? Pick up your cross. And that's not enough. Now walk behind me. Where I put my foot down, you put your foot down. And he says, some of you are going to be cast into prison for my name's sake. Ain't nobody casting you in prison for Jesus' name. You ain't got to that yet. But when you stand up in this world against the wickedness of this government, I want you to hear me well now. See, following Jesus is no easy path. It wasn't easy 2,000 years ago, and it's not easy today because Satan has co-opted religion. So you think you following Jesus, but you really been eaten up by Satan. That's why the Bible says the sons of God came to present themselves to God, and Satan came also with them. But the children of God was hanging out with Satan and didn't know who they were hanging out with. And then God had to tell them, whence cometh thou, Satan? You can imagine the sons of God, how shocked they were. I've been hanging out with who? What kind of company you keep? See, if the saints are not your best friends, then who is your friend? You can't keep company with the world and say, I'm the friend of Christ. He was in it, but he was not of it. Now, if we want to help Christ set up the kingdom, we have to walk where he walked. And I'll tell you something. You're going to hurt the wicked when you do that. You're going to say things that sometimes the wicked don't want to hear. You're going to make demands on yourself that put you in a trial.